East Palestine, residents may already be undergoing DNA mutations. "We will not walk away, East Palestine," said Norfolk Southern Railway CEO Alan Shaw in a letter released Thursday. But, Norfolk Southern authorities cancelled a meeting with concerned East Palestine, Ohio, residents last night who were merely looking for answers after a freight train carrying 150 cars, 20 of which were carrying hazardous chemicals, derailed in a little town, resulting in a chemical disaster. East Palestine, Ohio Mayor Trent Conaway is enraged that the community turned out for a town hall meeting and the railroad declined to show up. Norfolk Southern also refused to address the town. Norfolk Southern is not having a good start. There are rising complaints of residents suffering short-term health effects as a result of the derailment and controlled fire of the poisonous substance vinyl chloride. According to local media reports, residents as far afield as Pittsburgh are concerned about potential health consequences. Long-term health consequences of vinyl chloride exposure include an increased risk of developing a rare form of liver cancer, hepatic angiosarcoma, liver cancer, hepatocellular carcinoma, brain and lung malignancies, lymphoma, and leukemia. Norfolk Southern has yet to share all details about what the train carriages were carrying over 2 weeks after the incident, according to the New York Daily News. Kathy Dyke, an East Palestine resident, asked local leaders and members of federal agencies during Friday night's meeting, "Why are they keeping it so quiet? They're not here to offer assistance or to answer queries. We have no idea what was on the train for 3 days. I have 3 grandchildren," she added. "Are they going to grow up here and develop cancer in 5 years? So those are all considerations in my thinking." Another woman inquired, "How come people are still getting sick if there's nothing in the air or water?" One individual exclaimed, "The entire village is contaminated. The fumes are making even the journalists reporting the derailment sick." Democratic Senator Sherrod Brown issued a letter to Governor Mike DeWine on Thursday requesting that East Palestine be declared a catastrophe. "This is a one-of-a-kind situation. Hundreds of families have been forced to flee their homes, and they are now rightfully concerned about the potential long-term health risks associated with exposure to the toxic chemicals released," Brown said, adding that DeWine should declare a disaster to ensure that the community has all the resources they require. Likewise, Norfolk Southern has been battered by a wave of litigation. The latest lawsuit claims that efforts by the rail company and municipal and state officials to burn off the hazardous chemicals exacerbated the situation and seeks punitive damages as well as medical monitoring. "I'm not sure Norfolk Southern could have come up with a worse method to address this calamity. Residents exposed to vinyl chloride may already be suffering genetic alterations that could linger for years or perhaps decades before appearing as dreadful and lethal cancers." The lawsuit claims that Norfolk Southern exacerbated the situation by essentially blasting the community with chemicals while focusing on restoring train service and preserving its shareholders, said attorney John Morgan in a statement carried by local media WFMJ. At least 5 class action negligence lawsuits have now been launched by residents and business owners affected by the fire chemical train crash, according to The Independent. The photo above should have graced the front page of every major newspaper in the country, but it didn't. Do you know why? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel.